G'day folks, welcome back to Pete's Investing. It's January 29, 2024. This is the US and Brent crude oil price analysis. We'll also look at some economic outlooks, just something to be mindful of. We've got the divergence that's failed, and I'll go through that as well. But also the price has gone and broken through the previous resistance lines. So we'll cover that in a second. So what we have first is the US crude oil price here. We've got the weekly, daily and hourly. It's a bit busy, but let me go through somewhat each of these mean. So let me blow up. This is the weekly chart first off. Okay, up here we've got the price chart obviously. We've got the CCI 150, which is our divergence indicator, and there's no sign of a divergence at the moment. Our CCI 400, which is our trend indicator, you can see that it's pretty much bearish to flat. And down here we've introduced this new indicator, the ADX 25 parameter, and that's just broken up into a bullish momentum, so that could be a sign of things to come. If it's already, the blue line is, when the blue line is above the pink, it's bullish, and when the pink line is above the blue, it's bearish. So at the moment it's just broken, the blue is just broken above the pink, so it's just turning bullish as for this start of the week. On the daily, you can see there it's been bullish now for a number of days. We've had a nice break above this resistance line, as I mentioned, at 77.45. It's broken above that, and I'm going to move that to that new high, and that'll be our new key resistance. We've also got this minor resistance down here and minor support and a key support down here. Now there's no divergence to talk of at the moment, and the CCI 400 is also showing a bullish sign, so we'll just be mindful of that. On the hourly, just get rid of these volumes, and on the hourly you can see there we did have a previous high or previous resistance broken, as I've already changed that. And as well, I'm going to move this. No, it's no longer valid, so that's why I've marked that as a previous target. So I'm going to remove that Fibonacci. So that retrace has failed because of this divergence has failed as well. And that's failed because that CCI 150 is broken above the entry point back there. So whenever that happens, we consider that a failure. So at the moment it's pretty bullish. It's hit that resistance, as I said. The CCI 400 and the ADX are both showing bullish signals, so just be mindful of that. That's on the hourly chart. Next we'll look at the Brent crude price. So you can see here on the Brent crude, similar story to the US crude. The bullish ADX is just broken above. The CCI 400 is just touching the moving averages, which is a sign of possible further break to the upside. And there's no divergence on the CCI 150 with the price. On the daily chart, again you can see there's a bullish movement on the ADX, bullish on the CCI 400, and the 150 CCI 150 is also no sign of any divergence on that front. On the hourly chart, again similar to the US crude, that price now, that resistance now goes up to that new high. That divergence has failed, and the CCI 400 is bullish, and so is the ADX 25. And lastly, we'll look at the BP Prudhoe Bay Royalty Trust, the ticker BPT. You can see there it's bearish on the CCI 400 on the weekly, as well as the ADX. The daily shows a bullish movement on the CCI 400. Likewise, the ADX 25 is also just broken above as a bullish signal, so you might see something there. Notice here we've got a bullish divergence on the CCI 150 versus the price, so that's a good sign. We want to see it break much higher than that. At the moment, if I was going to place a target on it, I'd project it to go to, at the very minimum, between to that 23-38% level. That's a minimum target level to reach if it bounces off from that divergence. So at the moment the daily is looking positive in that respect, and on the hourly, likewise, we're stuck in this range. You can see there the CCI 150 is showing no signs of divergence back there, but we do have a divergence playing out along this longer time frame, and at the same time on the CCI 400 that's also broken above its moving averages. And likewise, the ADX 25 is also broken up, so that's a positive bullish signal as well. But again, we need to see it break above these minor resistance to be more positive on that front. So key trends and developments to be aware of for demand concerns. We're looking at global oil demand growing is expected to slow down in 2024 due to economic slowdowns in major economies. Supply side dynamics, increased US production combined with stable output from other major producers is keeping supply well balanced for now. In terms of price fluctuations, both WTI and Brent Crude have seen downward pressure in recent weeks, and factors influencing prices, geopolitical tensions such as the wars in Ukraine and the Middle East, and possibly the Taiwan-China conflict if that develops any further. Global economic headwinds, recessionary fears in major economies weighs on demand expectations, putting downward pressure on prices, and inventory levels. Relatively high global inventory levels provide a buffer against supply disruptions. In terms of other considerations, monitoring demand growth, closely watch economic data and forecasts to assess potential changes in demand. Geopolitical risks, again stay informed with developments in Ukraine and other potential disruptions. Inventory levels, track global oil inventory changes as they could indicate future adjustments in supply and prices. And technical analysis, consider incorporating technical indicators to inform your trading strategies, but remember, they are not foolproof. Just some data sources for further consideration. So again, overall, the outlook's looking quite positive in terms of the trend. The divergence has failed, that bearish divergence has failed, and it looking like it's breaking new highs. Just be careful of that resistance that's formed as well. So if you got value out of the video, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and see you in a future video.